How is everybody? It is I, Dr. McNasty, once again. I'm gonna cut straight to the grits and biscuits. All right, we're gonna be watching yeah. That fucks with me. But yeah, I found it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and please bring up the Jonathan Frakes. Close enough.
Beyond belief.
Oh, brings back memories.
Fact or fiction? Hosted by Jonathan Frakes.
We've all seen paintings that seem to follow us as we move around the room. But what do you make of a painting that changes as we move around it? This is a picture of a cityscape. Look at it straight on, and you see the fronts of the building. But move around it, and the sides of the building come into view. How is this possible? So be aware that while you may view our stories tonight in one way, much like this picture, your perspective may suddenly change.
That's the whole premise, pretty much.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
You'll get the picture.
You condescending fuck. Ready. You'll notice an ongoing theme with this program, and the theme is props. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. They're beautiful, but don't trust them. Do not trust them.
In a few moments, he's about to get the true picture.
Three months ago, I was hired by Lloyd Corbeil as his defense attorney in a capital murder case. Corbeil was accused of brutally stabbing his young wife, Corinne, to death.
Okay.
Not guilty.
Homeboy did it.
I want to say
because I didn't love that slut. Not one bit.
What did you say?
The fuck, dude?
I got a confession to make, counselor. There was no intruder. I killed Corinne.
I don't believe this.
Well, believe it.
You got conned.
I want you to have this. To
Why?
remember me by.
I don't want your pen. I don't want anything of yours.
Nice.
What caused the elevator to malfunction at that particular time? Should our writers be praised for transcribing the truth, or are they guilty of artistic perjury?
Fuck it. I believe this story. I say fact. But it would be really fucked up if that lawyer got framed for the murder, though. Alright, on to the next story.
Check the back sections of newspapers and magazines lately. You'll find you can become anything from a dental assistant to a minister by simply purchasing a degree through the mail. And like all such offers,
What?
some are more legitimate than others.
Can I please hear that again?
You'll find you can become anything from a dental assistant to a minister by simply purchasing a degree through the mail.
Where?
Like cover that these
What
worthless
legitimate degree
certificates
do you
may
get in
include
the
something
mail?
Charlie never bargained for.
I love you, Charlie.
Con artist
this is
Charlie
awful.
Luntz put together a lot of scams.
10,000 victory is sweet. Diplomas?
they went out this morning.
Good girl.
Ew.
Oh, I got some more letters. They're all from people demanding their money back.
How'd you find me? I mean, what's the problem?
A family and I have no money. I want my refund, Mr. Lunt.
Hey, security!
I want my refund.
I don't owe you anything.
I
Get your hands off.
I want my refund.
Homeboy just
Hey,
dropped
thanks for
a
the
doll.
buck, creep.
Okay, what the fuck?
Over the next month, Charlie's mail order scam boomed. His only problem was where to hide all the cash. Charlie solved his problem by having the wall behind the steel bookcase hollowed out.
The money is radioactive. It's the only way to explain it. Out of context, this would be kind of fucked up.
Good morning, Mr. Lunt. Did you have a good weekend? Wow, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Lunt?
I'm Charles, president and founder of NTT.
Mr. Lunt?
I want to see this body.
Are you alright?
When Charlie Lunt hollowed out the wall behind it, he didn't know that he was removing the lead shield that protected his office from the radiology X-ray lab located next door. The green glow of his
I was actually fucking right.
Repeated doses of radiation. Is this story of the man who peddled phony diplomas a lie, or does it contain a degree of truth?
I hate the pun.
I read this one for the article.
The editor, can you make sure you put a counter on that end? Like by the register? For every fucking horrible pun we have to hear from him. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? Thank you.
The fact is, you can find a variety of things at a stand like this, but young Vinnie Rose is about to find something he needs more than anything in the world.
A litter.
My mom died when I was 11.
Bummer.
I've been scavenging on the street ever since.
Okay, they're just assholes. Like, they didn't have to do that shit, man.
I was born into a rough life. My dad was a bad
I can't even
drunk.
joke about that. That
I don't remember
is
much
fucking
about him when he
sad.
beat me with his belt.
It would look cool on you.
Are you Vincent Rose?
Yeah, what?
I'm Doc's attorney, Addison Montgomery. I'm afraid I have bad news for you.
What? Where's Doc?
Oh no. Oh god. No.
My belt buckle, and I'm ashamed to say it's the same one I used to hit you with when I got drunk.
Oh.
I'm your father.
Okay. That took a twist. It's fucked up. It's kind of fucked up, it's kind of depressing. No. No. Fiction for me. Fiction.
Where did it come from?
Where'd it
How
go?
could a magazine... Is this touching tale of a father-son reunited based on truth? Or is it as false as the headlines of a phony tabloid?
Story number 4.
Have you ever walked through a graveyard?
By the way, did we count a pun? Was there a
Michelle
pun?
Lambert and Stacy Gilmore are at the cemetery this day to work on a school...
But my girlfriend Stacy and I were given a predictable assignment for history class. We had to trace the family trees of our prominent local citizens.
They all ended up in the same place. After all the time we've spent researching this stupid report, I feel like we've ended up here.
Fact.
Oh my God, what was that?
Gun? I don't know.
What? That was a gunshot. He's got a gun. You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not, and he's headed this way.
Quick, over here.
Okay, this is absolutely terrifying. Nah, just a dude.
Let them know Roy Hennessy was killed by Jerry Fletcher.
And then he said, let them know Roy Hennessy was killed by Jerry Fletcher. Tell them that. Tell them.
Those were the man's exact words, and the exact names he told you. You're sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Positive.
There's a couple problems with your story. First, the man you said who died, Roy Hennessy, was shot and killed in this cemetery. It was 2 years ago.
A twist.
Casey
Fiction.
really see?
I
They
say
witnessed the original
fiction.
murder in some unexplainable time warp? Is this bizarre story of the cemetery based on fact? Or have our writers toiled too long on the graveyard shift?
Pun. Add that pun.
The romance of the trail. The notion of
The
the
fuck?
grizzled cowboys.
Mysterious strangers.
And Zerelda Hart had been living alone ever since the passing of her husband, Cleveland. But she remained a charitable and decent person.
Lord, you boys are soaked to the bone.
Yes, we are, man. We've been riding for a long time.
I got some soup on the stove. So where are you boys headed?
Home.
I like how they're sitting there like two kids listening to a story from
My
Graham Graham.
memories are all good.
I'm getting Hobbit vibes.
We never had much money. But after Cleveland passed, things got really bad.
When Zerelda got up the next morning, the only thing on her mind was the foreclosure of her home. She was sorry to see that the two strangers were gone.
The fuck does that mean?
She never even found out who they were. Left on her table were 9 $100 bills, along with a note.
Dear Miss Zerelda, we thank you for your kindness to us. We thought you could use this. Make sure you ask the banker for a receipt.
J.T. Burnham from the Davis Savings Bank.
I've been expecting you.
J.T. Burnham was a man who was trained in counting money.
Hand over your money sack now. I have no money. All right, don't shoot. You boys are gonna get into a lot of trouble for doing this. They're gonna put a price on your head.
We already got a price on our heads.
Oh God, it's the guys from before.
You were just robbed by Frank and Jesse James.
Seeing Frank James really
I
play
believe
the part
it.
of Robin Hood for Zerelda Hart?
I believe the
Hard to
story.
imagine, but the plight of the helpless old lady may have actually touched the cold stone hearts of the West's most notorious outlaws. Have we given you a tale based on fact, or did the truth just go that way? Now let's look back at tonight's stories and find
My
out
favorite
which
part.
ones are inspired by actual events and which ones are totally false.
All right, as for the first one,
What about the criminal who used a pen to write a death sentence? Was this one? Yes. An event like this happened to a lawyer from
bam,
upstate New York.
I
in the
got
70s.
one.
View the story of the mail
No,
order
because there's
swindler
only 5
who
stories.
cheated everything but death.
I want him arrested for trespassing and assault.
A similar story occurred outside New York City in the late 80s. How about the story of the father and son who were reunited at the corner newsstand? Was this story based on a real happening?
The Happening.
Not this time. Our writers made it up. Two girls who just witnessed a murder in the cemetery. Was this story inspired by an actual event? Yes. Can it be this story is fact? Yes, it is. The event was reported as having taken place in the Ozark foothills in 1870.
All right, I got 4 right. All right, we can go ahead and get that off the screen. All right, everybody, we came to the end of the program. I only got 4 out of 5 right, which is pretty good. Also, if you like this program, check for the repeats on Coffin Club Studios. I had YouTube for the cut versions, but if you want the video on demand versions of everything, head to what the fuck you're watching now. I record every of them. I'm so fucking tired. Anywho, it's time for me to go. Yeah, that's it. It's time for me to go. You guys, be kind to others, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. And yeah, it's over. You can play the outro. Play the fucking outro. Oh man, show's over. Now what to do? Let me think. I guess it's time to find some new content. Alright, now where's my jams? I can't go anywhere without my fucking jams.
Break, will ya? As long as it